You could turn me on. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to Talent League Valorant. I am Uncooked. I'm joined by Gural over that side of me, I
Hello.
think. Or
Uh,
possibly that. Oh, that side. It is that side.
yeah,
There you go.
it
I'm just
is.
too smart. Yeah. Another good match. All of these matchups, good matchups. Let's be real. Emrys Esports versus Team Guardian Sigma. These two teams both on 3 points right now. Looking at the round difference though, Emrys are slightly better in those regards on a +2 instead of -5. So pretty even pegging in that
Hmm.
case. And it looks like we're going to be getting into the game fairly quickly. So Kuba, how are you feeling about this? While I write down the operator, the agent
Um,
select.
well, we are going to Haven.
Woo!
It's
My favorite map,
you love it or hate it, really. Haven.
Marmite.
The three bomb sites aren't necessarily a supported concept, to say the least, but it does kind of prove for some, like
Oh, neon.
creativity at times, and I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking at some of these agents. We are of course seeing the breach being brought out by Kins. That's quite common. Oh, Lich King on the
Hmm.
Omen as well. You do tend to see that, and Jonuts on that chamber. Looking over at Emrys, Jameson picking up the chamber, Young on the breach. It's all looking fairly standard so far, but we are seeing some neons being and actually being picked. Shadow and Nexi on that fade. Yeah, Swimmer bring along the neon. It looks like Zero might as well, with the Astra instead of the Omen being the only change, or potentially on Primo instead of Lich King. So pretty similar lineups here, Kuba.
Pretty similar lineups, and I mean, well, fair enough considering how close these teams are in terms of standings and abilities. So
Yeah.
seeing these kinds of teams match up is always very entertaining, especially when the gap in skill level is so close, right? So Haven,
Yes.
here
Yeah.
we go. Well,
In
of
fact,
course,
it is only the smokes being changed over. Looking at it now, Primo on the Astra instead of Lich King on the Omen. That is the
yeah.
only difference. So I think that is more of. I think that's quite indicative of the playstyles that these teams are going to bring. Of course, maybe when the attack, obviously, when you have that Astra, you do have the Cosmic Divide available to you, and you do have the Gravity Well as well, possibly showing they might want to hold back a little bit, play their angles more, be a little bit slower. Whereas when you have that Omen, you can obviously teleport behind or around corners, or do some fancy stuff with that. You do also have the ult, which is a pretty big teleport basically, and you also have the paranoia just to blind your enemies as well. So that does indicate that you are going to be going for at least a bit more of an aggressive, bit more of a fast
Ducks, yeah.
playstyle, but it is still quite useful in those slower situations as well. I mean, both of these are, to be fair.
Already shots coming out. One of these going to come in very handy. That Chamber is going to back away from the situation. Young now, he's looking. A couple shots on the pistol might. Okay, I think we're good. Sorry, my feet was bugging out a little.
Yeah, absolutely no worry. First kill of the game then. Kins onto Young. These frenzies coming out in force from Guardian Sigma. Swimmer finds one, and that's Kins with the other, that first one. Nexi with the refrag though, with that classic, does pick up a ghost of one of his fallen comrades. And he's going to be able to find one onto Swimmer. Some neon onto neon action. Swings around as well, taking out Lich King. Spike, in the meantime, has been planted down, which means this C-long position is going to be quite useful, especially when Shadow can just swing out like that. And Jonuts collects that final kill. So Guardians picking up that very first round here on Haven on their attack. So now they're going to be going into their half buy with a bit of a obviously looks like we're gonna see a save from the side of, or not save, more of an eco from Emrys, which to be honest it makes sense. You don't want to, obviously you can go for that force buy. That's something that some teams do, but
Yeah, I mean,
Go, go,
yeah,
go.
sometimes it's best not to rush into those force buys necessarily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Considering how well, Equine can favor you in the long run. We do have Primo here on the Astra. Try to...
Spike planted.
I think he's set up for a flank at least, so that spike is going to go down. Now, pressure truly is on.
Yeah, absolutely. Another C-Type take from Guardians, and here we go. This is going to be that Astra utility, the Gravity Well, just trying to keep those positions at bay. Young finds one, but here comes Swimmer, finding two with that Bulldog for Perimo, able to take one down, but this plant is in the perfect position once again.
Player standing.
And
That's unlucky.
yeah, perfect position for that plant. It's, like we mentioned, yeah, another C-take. We might see Guardians, now that they know they're coming into this full buy, obviously this is the bonus round, they might look to switch things up here, head towards maybe A, and it does look like they're in fact going to do that. Although it does look like, just looking at the minimap, it looks like Emrys, kind of business as normal.
Yeah.
They are just sort of stacking up more towards A, although we do see a lot of presence over towards that mid, and especially in Garage, because they are going to be a little bit wary of that, but still, 2 players on A looking to lock this down. And well, Guardians, they haven't quite made a decision as of yet.
Yeah, not quite. That split seems very push, but so does Emrys's defense. So we're gonna have to see how exactly they match up. John's just gonna go into that boxes area. Swimmer comes up. Here's Jameson jumping around. There's obviously that breach back there that Swimmer's gonna have to be aware of. Just a bunch of utility getting thrown out. Nothing, no opportunities
Ooh, Young could
emerge as a
have quite an
result.
angle here.
Plays as well. I
Spike
think
planted.
patience is a key factor here, especially if you have such an advantageous position like this. It's important to execute with your team to, maximize the advantage. But Jonathan's gonna open things up
Chonut.
with 2 kills. Emrys is gonna trade back with 4 separate kills, 5 separate kills. That's gonna be
Okay.
very easy to use as well.
Still some rather impactful kills there from the side of Guardians, to be completely honest with you, Kuba. Yeah, 3 alive is going to be perfectly enough. It was looking a bit hairy there, to be honest. You had the Neon and Astra,
Right
that
there.
is Zerel and
BYB
Paramo,
fam.
respectively.
Going to Astral to do them
All in
Astral
the
Guardian
HP
things I do.
was red. That's like below 20, I believe. So
Mm.
pretty close in that aspect. 1 more bullet, 2 more bullets, and the outcome of that round,
Break's over.
very different. We had, of course, Jameson getting 3 there, very impactful, and oh, Joe Nuts has got the op down C long. There's only one way really this can go, which is badly for Emrys. And here comes the push in to Seaside once again. Shado through those neon walls, going to be able to take down one. The overdrive has actually been popped by Swimmer, which, I mean, it's an interesting decision, to be fair. And yeah, that's going to be that running out. Nothing found from that ult. And well, Kins finds one, but Young does have that refrag. Still man advantage for Guardian, so I am a little perplexed on that ult usage. And the flash, not quite good enough, because Joe Nuts is still just insane with the op. And a save comes through from the from these 2 defenders. Emrys, it's a smart choice, really. They're being hunted down, though. Being absolutely hunted.
I mean, pretty sure Emrys are aware of this, right? At least they're expecting it, so yeah, but then there we go. That notification is gonna come through, and well, Guardians just cannot find the hiders. So going into the 5th round now, with Guardians on the advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking at the loadout, I think thanks to that save that Emrys should be good for like 1 more round, but actually it looks like they're just gonna push out mid, to be completely honest with you. I think Young is readying a flash as well. Here we go. The stuns come through from the Neon, but nothing able to be found. Actually, Swimmer is able to find one. Young comes out. He flashes two, only finds one, and one of his teammates falls in return. The wall bang as well through the garage doors, and it has failed spectacularly from Emrys. They have been shut down fully. Nexi and Jameson, the last two alive, against 4 players from Guardians, and we've only had 30 seconds. Here comes Nexi through the doors. Is he aware? No. Kins is going to lock that one out. Now, Jameson, second save for him in a row. But, I mean, Guardians, they can afford to, you know, take this plant, take this slowly. They can really push Jameson if they want to. They are going to know that he's going to be going for this save at some point, and they're going to have a lot more time to deal with that as well.
Yeah, so what they're most likely going to do here is just send out 1 or 2
Yeah.
players to hunt out Jameson, which in this case is Lich King. Because nobody really wants to wait things out. I mean, you've got, you know, 4-man advantage. Why not send one out? And if Lich King dies, then Lich King dies. It's not that big of a deal, I don't think.
Yeah, they're gonna have the credits to put that up, and Jameson might find himself.
Sees the arm. Did he see the arm?
He surely heard that. He must have heard that, but it's not good enough, unfortunately. Lich King taking out the small piece of utility that was left in the hands, or credits even, the economy, thoroughly ripped out of Emrys' hands, and this should be then a 5th round for Guardians. Obviously, Haven attack does tend to be a bit more favoured, especially when you have those 3 options for you to go for, but I mean, you'd hope they at least get 2. I think the closest half, like, we've barely seen, like, close halves here in Talent Valorant.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, Zero got 1. That's a trade from Shadow. Oh, the Rolling Thunder as well from Guardians. Like, for a second, I thought that was Emrys, but no. It's going to be Kins using that one, and Lich King is going to be able to use that teleport. Do they know where? Oh, what a shot from Nexi. Sheriff in hand. It's not going to be enough. Young finds one as well. Hold on a minute here, Kuba. We could be on the hands of a Thrifty, especially now Kins has been spotted out. He's going to have to flash. Prowler as well. He's the last one alive as Jameson finds one with that Headhunter. No pennies spared from Emrys. All the utility, all the ults. Kins finds one. It's 1 enemy remaining. Nexi is going to get to half, but there's no sound cue. He's waiting for the swing, and it's not going to be come through. Kins does find that last kill, but that's still the round lost. That's still the Thrifty. They're going to have a decent amount of economy, a decent amount of credits to be able to crack into the round number 7 here. This could be the chance at redemption here for Emrys. There's no way in hell they should be winning that round.
Yeah, I mean, that was awful. Literally, the only reason that Emrys won that round is because they just dumped all of their utility into Kins, and it still didn't stop him because he managed to get the last 2 kills. But at least they got 3 out of this, so you can't.
Want to play,
and they're going to come into this with a 4-buy as well. Oh, Tour de Force being popped immediately from Jonuts. And I think Jameson actually must have been tagged by that, because he is down extraordinarily low at the very start of this round. Actually, no, maybe not. Must have just been some stray Vandal or Phantom shots. But here we go. This is Chamber in his element. When he has this Tour de Force, when he has these rendezvous set up, he has these trademarks, he's just going to be watching this angle. Nothing coming through it so far. He's just going to be watching, waiting. This is that Sentinel role, of course. Kins finds the first kill. Kins finds a second kill, actually, as well. I think that's coming in through mid. That's Zerel taken off the board most recently. Now, it looks like a heavy flood onto A. Jameson does find one, despite being smoked out. And here we go. Rolling Thunder comes through as well, but that doesn't stop Shadow. Nexi goes down. There is a lot happening right now. No, sorry, it was not the Rolling Thunder. That's my mistake. Here we go. Tour de Force still in the hands of Jonuts. He might not even get to use it.
Oof,
Nope.
yeah.
Never mind. There it is.
Swung way too wide. on that
Yeah.
one, and
Absolutely, the
gonna
Prowlers
cost
come
them
through as
rightfully
well.
so.
Yeah. Young's in a bit of a tricky situation here, to be completely honest. He's going to get pincered from utility by all sides. It's,
Worst case scenario for him, really.
yeah. If he can get a
And he's
save,
just
that'd be
gonna-
nice.
Yeah, I mean, most likely he will, just
Yeah.
camp this out. Obviously, Guardians on the hunt, on the prowl as always. There comes the notification. Attackers 1, that being Guardians
Spike
distance,
detonated.
and Young will successfully save. So, going into this, what's this, 8th round now?
Yes. That's what it says, round 8.
God, yeah. Wait.
It says round 8 defenders by phase. And that says round 8 attackers by phase.
Oh, because
Rest
my quality is like.
Oh yeah,
like
you have
round
like
eight.
you have like London internet, don't you? Forgot. Well,
Yeah, I have.
You have.
London well, actually, no, you don't.
No, I don't.
I
I don't have London in. That's actually the most offensive
Okay.
thing you've said to me ever. Why does Jonas have the shorty? Obviously, that's not going to be his
panic, right?
primary weapon of choice. He does, of course, have that operator. Jameson's in a very aggressive position here, actually. Thankfully, the Astra is going to be able to provide that information, and Swimmer is going to get taken out as a result. Paramo just using those smokes to great effect to block off one of those angles. Jonuts did not need to worry about the window and just had to worry about that one, about the box, and that's exactly what happened. Here we go, though. Jonuts is going to be able to at least spot out a Young. No kill yet. They are pushing up very hard, and Nexi finds one of them. That's Jonuts going down. Operator off the board. Young with 2.
Oh!
What a spray transfer.
Have the spike.
And now it is all down to Shadow. This is a dire situation. The stun comes through, and that's the aftershock to claim that kill. Young went massive that round. Another thrifty for Emrys. That's a second thrifty, and that's the 3rd round they've won. So 2/3 of their rounds have been rounds where they should not have had a chance.
I gotta visit the Astral to play some stars.
Yeah. And I mean, Guardians do have the 2-round advantage.
Teleport's ready.
Yeah.
Look past that, this game has really been like down to the wire. Most
Oh yeah,
of the time.
absolutely.
And I'm just expecting more of that, really. But
There's a lot of shorties.
It is a lot of shorties.
Ooh,
right. Jameson will be
Jameson.
the first one to open up the kill.
Off your feet!
This, let her go.
Ooh, Rolling Thunder.
The feed rather. Rolling
Ooh.
Thunder comes through. Luckily, the Neon manages to get out that time. Jameson gets tagged up. They know he's there in the bird's nest in heaven. Shadows
All
in the
set up.
plant. Not going to continue it. Now goes for the replant. He's pushing up awfully close. He could get something. He pre-fires. It's going to reveal his position. Ultimately, uses the rendezvous to get out there. And Jameson back in that heaven.
Yeah, here we go. Cosmic Divide has been popped though. It allows Emrys to just swarm this. There's absolutely no knowledge of where these last few attackers are, and obviously they're not going to know where these defenders are. They just have to try and pre-fire through, but as Jameson gets this defuse off, that is just going to have to be Jonuts stepping away. He cannot pressure that because he will die. It's an absolute certainty in that situation. Great utility usage, because you can see Jonuts about to push through. The Rolling Thunder blocks him off there. He recognizes he can't push through the Cosmic Divide, and that's the thing. That round looked like it was going to be Emrys from the start, just because when Emrys have their utility in check, and they had a bit of a slow start, it happens, but they've had some time now to get into things, and coming into that round 9, they had 2 of the most influential ultimates on the board. They had the Cosmic Divide, and they had the Rolling Thunder. So yeah, looking at that looked like a very good round, and they played that perfectly well. The utility and the ultimates. Okay, never mind. I was going to bring up that overdrive, but Swimmer absolutely deleted from the server by Jameson. Really stepping up into his element here as that chamber. Usually we see him on that sort of raise. Oh, Z-Rel taken out by Kins in a situation that should not be happening, and the intel just isn't there. Young finally able to take him down, but that took way too long. Now it's just Jameson and Young against 3 players. They have that C-Long as well. That's Jonuts and Lich King down there. Shadow does go down, but even still, when you have that operator down C-Long, there's absolutely nothing that Emrys can do here. They are probably better off just saving, because here comes Jonuts and Young taken out. Jameson, what are you going to do, my friend? He's just going to watch and wait, actually. He's not looking to pressure that spike, just gets the whiff of the, just the scent, but that's the spike taking him down, and he's caught on the steps. He can't get away. That's the operator taken off the board as well. The 6th round for Guardians, but this is a lot closer game than we've seen for most of Talent League, Kuba.
Surprisingly so, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why they're back to back on the table, on the table, and I mean it shows 6-4, and I'm expecting Emrys to progress, maybe get 1 back, maybe get 2 back, who knows? But I think maybe we won't see an overtime, but we're definitely gonna see a close score.
Yeah, Guardians as well, they were in the other sort of close score. That was a 13-10, I believe, victory against Vega. That was a 7-5 half for them. So yeah, that was obviously over on Ascent. Over on Haven, they're different. No, it wasn't. That was on Blind, I think, actually, thinking about it. But yeah, either way, Guardians, they've been close before. They managed to win it out. That is, in fact, their only victory so... Because hold on, let me check that. I might be incorrect. No, because they're yet to play Assist Kings. So yeah, that was their only victory was against Vega in that first round. Obviously, yeah, that game had to be postponed, and they lost against Invictum, as, to be fair, everyone did. But here we go. It looks like a B execute from Guardians, really throwing a spanner in the works. Yeah, well, I mean, no one expects the Spanish, a B execute. So of course, why wouldn't it work? Perimo is able to find one. He spots out Swimmer as well. Not quite good for that kill. So man advantage in the hands of Emrys, and Young is going to help them double down on that. But Jonuts does hear that sound, but when you have the Astra using those smokes, it's not going to be enough. Perimo with the critical utility and 3 kills on the round as well? I mean, come on, that's just insane.
We might actually go into a 6-6 split.
I should play some Astral Stars in
That's
this
something
reality.
I haven't seen in a while, if ever.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
Actually, no,
That's
I think I'm gonna go as far as say as... Yeah, I've never played
I've never
a 6-6
casted.
split.
I've
Nor
never
have I casted
casted.
a 6-6 split, nor have I ever seen a 6-6 split. So.
I've seen it a couple times when watching Pro Valorant. I've had a 6-6 in... okay, this is very aggressive from Jameson. Jonuts is not aware, and there's the rendezvous. Straight away taken out. Perimo one as well. That is a position that you don't expect. Kins with the Spectre does take out that chamber with the operator, because of course that's how that works. Next he finds one. Perimo with another. That gravity well being used to great effect, and it could be a flawless round, but no, actually there was obviously Kins finding that kill earlier. Still 4 alive.
Switching sides.
For Emrys, they had a clear idea of what they wanted to do. They knew that Guardians, they would go back for that faithful C execute that had done them so well in the past. And I mean, that aggressive position from Jameson was just spectacular. Because obviously, why would someone be standing there?
Yeah.
It's right in the open. No one is going to expect that. And obviously, because he has that rendezvous, can just teleport away using those anchors, blink of an eye. After getting that kill onto Jonuts, which is the other chamber, like you said in that moment. Just
yeah, I mean,
perfection.
it was a perfect, yeah, like you said, perfection, perfect time to push up as well, because it's not, obviously it hasn't been done this game, so that aggressive play is kind of warranted, and now Emrys breathing down the necks of Team Guardians, and Jameson absolutely not letting up at all. That plant is going to go down, courtesy of Nexi.
Spike planted.
Now Guardians, how do they approach this? is the question.
Yeah, they have a bit of a difficult retake ahead of them. Young might actually get caught out here, and indeed he does. The frenzy from Kins takes him out, and Jonuts is good for one as well with that headhunter. Jameson, though, like you said, is not letting up one bit. And Perimo, is he going to be checked? Absolutely not. Jonuts goes down a second through the smoke. Kins is taken out. Lich King at least finds him, but Jameson 3 on the rounds, and what a kill! What a kill!
Emrys take the lead for the first time in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be the second time that we've mentioned this throughout the entire regular season, just because it's the only, like, I feel like this game, and like obviously the only game that it's actually sort of been important, because every other game apart from Guardians Vega and this one has just been an absolute blowout. The like highest score was 13-5. This has the potential to go all the way to sort of like 24 rounds, possibly even overtime. So for the second time this entire season, I will bring up how the scoring system works. If you win in regulation time in the 24 rounds that are allocated, you win 13-11 or anything lower than that, you get 3 points. If you lose in regulation, you get 0. But if it goes to overtime, both teams they do get points. So the team that wins in overtime will get 2, and then the loser will still take away 1 from that. Because okay, Jonuts, chill out, my friend. Yeah, I was gonna say actually, Emrys being stalled out quite a lot here. Actually, they really don't know where to go, but they might have just found an opening. The A site is completely open, and well, they don't quite know that, but Guardians do. They are pushing their way through the map, and it's a bit of a race to A here, Kuba, as neither of these teams, Emrys, they're not too really sure. This could allow for Guardians to get here to stop this plant from going down. As here we go, Jonuts is second with the Headhunter. Zero does get that trade, but they're still at man disadvantage. Spike goes down. They do have these SMGs, but still, they are 3 versus 4, and pistols can still be very useful, especially you have the shorty here from Shado. Definitely very powerful. We have a couple classics as well. Nexi, though, takes one down with that Bulldog. Zerel with the Spectre finds 1 as Kins right-click through 2v2. And the flash is perfection from Young, enabling Nexi to get that kill. Is he going to use... Oh, for a second I thought that was the Rolling Thunder. That's not. There's just a bit of a stun, and that is going to... Oh, no! Oh, you hate to see that. Lich King taken out by the Spike. Not quite able to get that defuse. 8-6, but realistically we know that's going to come into an 8-7 because, well, Guardians are now going to have this this full buy available to them, Kuba.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely going to improve their chances of winning out this round most likely. But I mean, Emrys are on the momentum. They've gained momentum, so and so far I don't see anything that's going to stop them. So they very well could take this round as well, but only time will tell. As just looking at the lineups real quick, what are the positions? It seems very split from the side. Guardians, and rightfully so. That's going to be Jonas now being pressured. He's going to get taken down. Chamber on chamber yet again. Jameson opens things up. 3 motive follow.
Sheriff.
None.
Spike planted.
No.
They've got this Spike down.
They do.
How they've just absolutely taken over C site like a military coup. I don't understand. They just snuck their way in and taken it so easily. Like, Jameson, I guess, was a little angry at getting headhunted by Jonuts in that previous round because he just did it right back, a bit of revenge. Prowler taken out by Jameson. They are going to know that location, so the Haunt goes through as well. The stun, the flash is perfect from Kins, allows him to find 1, but the seal on position, we've mentioned it before, it's so powerful, especially when Perimo's still on the site to find another 2 of his own. Economy of Guardians in the bin now, and Emrys, they're really stepping into themselves, coming into this attacking side on Haven. They are just running away with it now. They should be at least 1 or 2 more rounds, and at that point, what do you do when you're Guardians? We haven't seen a timeout yet. Personally, if they lose this round, that's when the timeout starts to be called, because you cannot afford to lose them anymore. Obviously, they have these pistols. You would expect this to be a 10-6, and after that point, where do you go?
Yeah, honestly, not too sure on that one. And Shadow, he has the big iron, fires through, but Karimo shuts him down. He's having none of
Good
that.
night. Oh, here we go. There's another headhunter. This time it's the time of the first time.
And guess what? It's another chamber on chamber.
Yeah.
The
They're just
rival-
trading these headhunter kills with each other. Like in in round 14, it was Jonuts onto Jameson. Then round 15, it was the other way around, and now we've flipped back to the original. Yeah. Oh,
Truly a rivalry. Oh
tour
my
de
God.
force. There we go. Jonuts. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the game. Welcome to this defensive side. You found 2 in the round. Possibility for more. Paramo still has that spike and actually uses a Cosmic Divide to be able to lock that off. And this is the power of that Astra, because obviously the Omen, you can use those teleports, you can get into some tricky positions, but the power that you have on your executes with the Cosmic Divide is absolutely insane. Here we go. Zerel finds one.
Last player standing.
So now he's the only one left. Jonuts on a 4K, looking for the ace here. He's slowed, but he's run out of bullets on that tour de force. And oh, what a shot! The headhunter goes through. It's the ace for Jonuts. It's the defuse, and more importantly, that's one of the biggest thrifty rounds here for Guardians that we have seen in this game. 9-7, Kuba, because things are really heating up.
Fantastic.
With the big iron on his hip.
Well, surely it's in his hand.
Well, in his hand and his hip, same thing. Was on his hip, now it's in his hand.
Okay.
And now it's back on his hip. Okay, look, he has the knife out. See, so it's on his hip.
He's got the super shorty, actually. Oh god.
Okay, well.
What is it?
Okay, big iron on the ground then. Is that what you want me to say? Big iron on the ground.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, technically, also, it's not the sheriff. It's because it's the headhunter, which is his utility. So, checkmate.
Okay.
Right, that's a real queen to
correct
e5
me.
moment. Yeah, I do. That's like my one true purpose in life, is to just be an arsehole. To you specifically.
And you're fulfilling that role wonderfully today.
Thank you. You know what? I'll take that.
Fair enough. Who wouldn't? Yeah. Very quick take here onto A site.
Oh, the stuns.
Take.
The
Now we
stuns,
can-
though.
Strike down A.
Oh, okay. Jonuts and Shadow just single-handedly taking back the site. Don't mind them. Just casually getting 3 kills, locking down A site, now forcing both Nexi and the fellow chamber back. That is Jameson. I forget names, but now I remember. Yeah, Peak's not quite there. Nexi doesn't have. Actually, no, Nexi does have quite a bit of health. I thought his health was
Last
quite
player
up to par,
standing.
but
Oh no.
Shadow takes out Nexi's teammate, and well, that's Fade against her. The doppelganger and 4
Oh.
players.
Oh no.
Literally flawless and 9-8. There is truly nothing to break the tension between these two teams. To break. Yeah.
Okay. Well then.
Truly nothing to break them apart. It's tight, to say the least.
When you said tight, I just like I always think of it as in the other meaning as being like cool. I don't know why. Like it just reminded me of possibly spoilers for a show Dimension 20. I don't know if any of you viewers at home, but there's a it's a Dungeons and Dragons show, and there's a skateboarding dwarf that sees a goblin do a trick and just goes, "Goblin or nay, that's tight as hell." It's one of the funniest lines I've ever heard.
Spike planted.
You had me at Wolf's.
Oh yeah, no, it's insane. They have an entire. That's one of the battles is the venturing party against this group of skateboarding like skater dwarves. Anyway, speaking of the round, Zero has gone in with the overdrive. He's found 3. It's just versus John. What? Okay. If anyone wants to make a case for Neon, that should be in it. He was on like 10 HP, cracks the overdrive, just sprints into sight, zaps everyone before they can even react.
Someone take Neon away from Zerel right now. Someone take Neon away from Zerel right now. That is...
Zerel's just insane, bro. That is, if anyone at home wants a reason to get Neon, check that clip. We're waffling about...
To me, I don't know.
We're waffling about Dungeons and Dragons, and all of a sudden the execute just happens like that, and Zero just runs in with a 4K. Because of course, why not?
Of course it's Zero. I've been calling him Zerel like an absolute monk.
I don't know. That's how I'm choosing to pronounce it.
No, but Zero does sound better though.
Sure, we'll stick with Zero then. Also, it's only just I've only just noticed that Swimmer has 3 M's in his name. I'm pretty sure. Like that's been throwing me. Like it's been throwing me off. I'm like that looks wrong, but I can't tell what it is. Anyway, okay.
It looks wrong. It also looks cool. Ooh, Primo. Gonna kindly shut down Kings. Sorry, puts him to bed. And well, that spike already planted. Jameson gonna double down on that earlier frag that got picked up by one of his teammates.
Here we go.
Now it's just
here's the overdrive. Oh,
keeping Emrys at oh sorry, not Emrys, Guardians at arm's length. There's only 2 players, Guardians, so I think that should be easier done than said here.
Yeah, Jonuts and Swimmer look like they're just gonna not Swimmer, Jonuts and Shadow even look like they're just gonna save. This is an angle. Hello.
Definitely gonna use this one.
Catch anyone? They all seem to have. Yeah, it's not gonna catch anyone, unfortunately. They've all gone to the attacker spawn. But 11-8 now. It's been a bit of a resurgence for Emrys, and obviously we saw them get a bit of a streak before, and then what happened? Well, Guardians, they don't want that to happen again, because obviously that would mean the end of the map. It's 11-8. They've been in this situation before, but from the other side. So, you know, they don't want to lose in the same way that they won against Vega. So, taking this time out, just thinking, talking things through. It's pretty sensible. Yeah, well, exactly.
No, better late than never.
It's not quite a Lycan timeout, but
yeah, I mean,
although I don't know how well that. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how well that translates.
Yeah, but I mean, at least they have some room for mistake. But
sort of.
Again, it's not a lot.
Yeah. To secure points, they need to win 4 out of the next 5 rounds. To secure all 3, they need to win all 5 of the next 5 rounds. So it's a precarious situation. I'm not entirely sure what their economy and loadout looks like, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. Okay, so it is a full buy, although Lich King does have that Spectre in hand and looking a little bit lighter than the rest. However, yeah,
the economy is substantial.
Take the time out now, because obviously if they lose the next round, that's basically game over. They're gonna have nothing. They're gonna be having to save into the opponent's map point. And oh, that's not ideal. The operator from Jonut's not able to find its mark. Jameson takes him down. We've seen a lot of chamber versus chamber, and here we go. Astra Parimo taking that plant. And Spike goes on the ground. 4 versus 5 now for Guardians. They have to retake there. They are less than well equipped for this. The stun does come through, but Swimmer's not aware of it, and here comes a flash. Do they know? Absolutely not. Zero does find one before Lich King gets that trade. Young is in such a precarious situation. The Prowler's missed him. It doesn't matter. Jameson's there anyway with 3 on the round. It's match point, and more importantly, that's economy in the bin.
Match point
for Guardians. They are going to have to use pistols coming into this final round. Actually, no. They do have a little bit of money, it seems. They are bringing along those Spectres and bringing along the Judge. We do have Swimmer with the Vandal, so they're not quite on their last legs, but absolutely it's not a situation that you would like. You're going to need gonna need some heroics here from Guardians, which we've seen before. We've seen Jonuts getting what we saw him ace Cuba. Who says that he can't do it again? Well, Karimo and especially Jameson might have something to say about it, but it is going to be a very hard and fast A push here.
Yeah, whatever.
Nexi with that spike is pushing down with the rest of the team down A main, down A long, and here comes the utility, the Rolling Thunder, the Cosmic Divide, they all come through. Their sight is now for the taking of Emrys, and they are going to get like on the ground for potentially the last time in this entire game. It is just, it's go time.
I'm out of
Here. Guardians, they have to do something.
They have to execute it now, and there we go. Emrys manages to bring out with 2 of their own.
Jonuts?
Chamber on Chamber. Again, possibly for the last time.
He's got the judge. Hello?
Not anymore.
There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Attackers
21 rounds of Valorant, 21 chances for Guardians to win, and they only take 8 of them. The other 13 coming in the hands of my mind's gone. Emrys Esports. There we go. 21 rounds. Yeah, like we say, 13-8 defeat for Guardians, and well, it was closer than some people might have expected. Less close than others might have expected. These two teams, they've shown why they are both. They were both on 3 points. Obviously, with that, we are going to have Emrys, they move up to 6 points. They secure their spot in second place for now. They have, of course, only played 3 out of their 4 games at this point, because obviously in the past few weeks we did have some postponements, and those are Assist Kings versus Guardians and Assist Kings versus Emrys. So we'll tell you when those are. We have Assist Kings versus Guardians. That is going to be tomorrow. Not streamed. Both the next 2 games won't be streamed. So tomorrow we have Guardians versus Assist Kings, and then the day after it will be Emrys versus Assist Kings, and that is the regular season concluded. But in terms of streams, let me just turn my light on. It's got a little bit dark. In terms of streams, that is our regular season, our group stage, our Major League, all done and dusted. And looking ahead into the future, next week is going to be our playoffs, which is very exciting. We have our 2 semi-finals Tuesday and then Wednesday, with the third place match on the Friday, and then the one everyone's been waiting for, the grand final on the Saturday. And let's just remind you of what is up for grabs. Looking at that juicy prize pool, obviously of these 5 teams in the group stage, only 4 of them can advance. The 5th place team gets nothing. 4th place gets €30, 3rd place with 45, 2nd place with 60, and the big prize, Cuba, 1st place €165. 165. That is over half of the prize pool just for 1st place. So these teams, they're playing for quite a lot.
Yeah, a lot more than most tier 4 competitions, I'd say. So
yeah,
the stakes truly will be like no other. So please do make sure that you watch.
Yeah,
that, because it is going to be
and
tensions, emotions,
yeah,
a whole package.
Heading into those playoffs as well. Obviously, we've been doing best of 1s here. We're going to start to see those best of 3s. Obviously, it is at the elimination stage. We are going to see those best of 3s and the grand final. And I'm not sure. I'm going to have to just ask production: is the 3rd place match best of 5 as well, or is that best of 3? Okay, so the only best of 5 is that grand final. The 3rd place match best of 3. Semi-finals also best of 3. Like I say, a lot up for grabs.
Yeah.
All they have to do is win a best of 3 and then a best of 5. What could possibly go wrong?
Sure.
Yeah, all they have to do, you know.
That's all.
Yeah.
Walk in the park, really. We kid, of course, we kid, but yeah, that
I'm not a
is
kid.
probably, well, I beg to differ, but that's gonna be it from me. I've been Goral, and over here next to me has been Uncooked, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.